that. We'll give you guys enough time to get those bets in for the primetime games, and that's what we do here on the Drive-Thru, Monday through Friday here at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. It's our live free sports mix for the games beginning at 7 p.m. Eastern Time and later. And to deliver those winners, professional handicappers over at Pick Dogs and Sports Chat Place. Let's take a peek at who's on the show with us here for today. All right, this is Kosty, Mike Safir with us, Alex Smart, got Wayne Scott, Tony Brown from Titletown, Las Vegas, where they've dropped the banner night, and Rod Zawacky. Hey, where's that Edmonton Oilers cap? And here's how they'll roll for this evening. We've got Smart, Brown, Kosty, Safir, Zawacky, and then I will close this one out. All right, baseball playoffs going on right now. 5-zip the lead here for Houston. 1-zip Lightning over Predators. NHL has dropped the puck, as we said. That game would be underway as we started the show. Still 2 games in prime time from NHL, 3 from college football, baseball game, and more. So let's get this show underway. Let's go ahead and welcome in Alex Smart. You'll catch him over at Pick Dogs Premium, where you've seen him top of the leaderboard in college football this season. He's been on absolute fire. Alex, what's happening?
Good, Tony. How's everything with you?
Everything's going great. Here we go. College football now on a Tuesday. Sun Belt Conference USA says, hey, wait a minute. Maxon's getting too much publicity. We got to join in on the fight here. So Coastal Carolina and App State going head-to-head here. We see App laying 5 here, total 59.5.
Yeah, we got a Chancellor's team that's lost back-to-back games. They're 0-2 play. Grayson McCall, who everybody loves, some people thought he was a possible NFL future quarterback. Yeah. I don't know how he likes Tim Beck's football. You're not playing. They're not doing a lot of exotic stuff. It's pretty straight. McCall seems a little bit lost. He's thrown 6 interceptions, and he's got a 56.8. Am I even right? Like, I'm looking at his numbers. Wow, man, got a bad QB rating, and I just, I don't know. I just don't think he's feeling right. The team's feeling right and they're going in a different direction. Flip side here, we go with the Mountaineers, and the Mountaineers, I know they back and forth games, showed some amazing offense. Maybe defense can be questioned a little bit, but their 2 losses were both on the road, and here at home though, they won both games by more than 15 points. This is a good football team. I was looking at how this game is going to go down, and I really think it's going. I'm not knocking McCall down, and I really think he is a good bounce back situation here after that horrible last week. But like I said, I'm just counting McCall. But at the same time, if we do get into any kind of the Mountaineers seem to just go back and give us like a bit of edge if winning them. I look for the Mountaineers to come out of this with at least a touchdown. It reminds me of a touchdown game and not a field goal game or that kind of more of a touchdown close game. So, anything under 7 points, App State, Suns winner tonight.
All right, we got Alex here. App State laying the 5 here against Coastal Carolina. Yeah, Grayson McCall not putting up the numbers as he did 2 years ago when he was a Heisman hopeful, right? I think they even visit the game day crew, really making it a high-profile team, though, but they've kind of gone back the other way. Once a real fierce defensive team. Also, we know we talk a lot about McCall, but a lot of it has been App State, really hard-nosed defense that we don't see anymore.
Yeah, it's disappeared and gone out the window. Like I said, it's one of those back and forth. I think McCall will come back here tonight. I mean, the guy's got talent. Even Tim Beck can't keep him down, I don't think. But it just reminds me. It just reminds me of a touchdown game, one of those 3-pointers at the or something like that. I think that's what we're going to see tonight. So I'm going to go with the home team.
Go with the home team here on a Tuesday. App State laying the 5 here against Coastal Carolina. Start time here, 7:30 Eastern time. It made it over to ESPN2. Well, that's what happens when there's not a lot going on. All right, Alex, let's take a look over at Pick Dogs for tonight's action. Of course, we've got a lot going on with baseball playoffs. Of course, we've got NHL has begun, right? 3 on the board, 2 remaining in prime time. Also, we got the baseball playoff game, college football, 3 on the board. Alex off to a hot start right now in college football, 1,175 units of profit. What do you have going on over at Pick Dogs Premium?
Well, we've got one Major League Baseball selection coming up, and it's my best bet of the day, and it's a strong selection. Sort of 50-50 here for the playoffs, but we'll get rolling. And we also have a from the Liberty Jacksonville State tonight. I'm 6-0 this year during this campaign on my totals. Planning at 7-0 tonight. So join me. Let's make some money, and join me for longer term packages if you like too. That's on the board.
That's right, guys. Got aboard the Alex Mott over at Pick Dogs Premium. See the great results here in college football. A great time to get on board with Alex with the long-term pass. So you want to try them out? 7 days. We got a lot of college football this week, right? Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, right? So great time to get that 7-day pass. Pick is a promo code. Save that 15% off. Also with that 7-day all sports pass, get all of his plays, Major League Baseball playoffs, as well as the start of the NHL. So we're ready to roll here with multiple sports up here on the board, and of course, great time to do it with 7-day pass. Use the promo code PICK to save that 50% off. Multiple cap promotions available as well. All right, Alex, as always, great having your show. See that success. We'll catch up with you again in a couple days. What did you take from that Green Bay Raider game last night?
What did I think? I guess what I've been looking at is their defense is great. We were here at the beginning of the season, and still a quality cube. Doesn't make a lot of mistakes, but that there's something about the offense, and I guess just a young quarterback just trying to roll through different situations. I don't know. What do you think? Like, I'm having a hard time. I know Vegas is back and forth, so you know, 1 week they look like the greatest team. This week they just fall. What do you take from?
I think the Packers lack that offensive line. I don't think the offensive line is playing as well as it should, and also too. They're missing the running back. That running back's key cog back there, especially for a young quarterback. You don't have that running back there. It's going to make it difficult. And of course, on the Raiders side, is they haven't been running the football. Garoppolo looks like an average quarterback with the 49ers when they're running for 4.5 to 5 yards a carry. But when you're with the Raiders and you're not running the football, well, you go back to what you are, a below average quarterback. That's kind of how it works in football. That's why I have to put an incomplete grade on Purdy, because we've seen Purdy with 5 yards and with these running backs running for 5 yards a carry. It's kind of like, I look at it this way: the defenses, when you're running the football, the defenses are like this, right? There's a lot of space, but when you can't, there's very limited space, and the windows are tighter. So I have to give an incomplete grade right now until I see Purdy with a bad offensive line, slow receivers, poor running game. Then you kind of understand how good he is. At this point, I don't know, because I think you could take half the league, and if you have that running, that blocking, you're going to produce good results. I mean, that's how I look at it, especially with the guys open.
No, that's a good 3D. That's a good 3D way to look at everything. You just don't want to look at his numbers, and you want to look at the whole picture, right? And that's good. Yeah. Thank you.
All right, Alex, have a great night. We'll catch up in a couple days. Alex Smart here on the Drive Thru. All right, let's continue on here on the show. Up next, Tony Brown. Catch him over at Pick Dogs Premium. Can we get this running game going for the Raiders? We're bringing in right now. Raider roll here with Tony Brown. Tony Brown, what's happening?
What's going on with you, Tom?
Everything's going great. All right, going great. All right, here we go with Tony Brown, Raider roll. We're going to ready for the NHL. So bring in Tony Brown with this pick tonight. This is part of the ESPN triple header. This will be game 2 of it. Beginning at 8 Eastern time, as we have the Blackhawks on the road to face the Penguins. Penguins big favorites here. We see the total coming in at 6.5.
Yeah, before I start, I just want to say that I stand with Josh Jacobs. He led the league in rushing last year. He was the NFL's #1 rusher. And they didn't even want to pay the guy. And finally, they came around and just paying him whatever they wanted to. So now he's running like he's wanted to. I mean, when you lead the league in rushing and you do the best you can and they slap you in the face and don't want to give you a check, I'll just do whatever you guys pay me for now. I'm not saying that he's tanking or anything like that, but missing camp and, just trying to get back in the swing of things, you're not getting the Russian champ like you got last time, and I think that goes towards upper management. But with that being said, we're still got 2 wins under our belt, and we're going to get going later on in the season.
All right, very good, Tony Brown. Okay, so here we go. We start the NHL season. You're in Vegas. Of course, they're going to drop the banner tonight, but you're going to be looking at this Blackhawks and Penguins matchup here for game number 1. We see the Penguins big favorites, total 6.5.
Yeah, this is a very, very interesting matchup, not because of the competition level. We're taking the Penguins on the puck line here. The Blackhawks were one of the worst teams in the NHL last year. I just say one of the worst because Anaheim actually had a worse record, but the style of play and, they're just bad. And they're rebuilding to the point where they have the #1 draft pick and the most exciting prospect in hockey since Sidney Crosby. That's what makes this an interesting game. I remember, I mean, I'm dating myself again, but I remember when everyone was all hype about Sid the Kid and he made his debut and all that. This is 10 times that. Connor Bedard is supposed to be the face of the league, the next big goal scorer. He can skate, he can score, he can do tricks with the puck. Like, he's the most hyped player ever to come out in hockey in a while now. And unfortunately, you only get the number one pick when you're horrible. So the Blackhawks went ahead and scooped him up, and they got a bright future. They're going to be rebuilding for sure. But one player, especially one kid, for his first game ever, is not going to be enough to stop the Penguins. The Penguins, this is a kind of now or never for them, I think. Like I said, Sid the Kid came out 19 years ago, and they just missed the playoffs for the first time last year since he's came out. So if they're heading towards that type of team and they're going to start rebuilding too, this might be Sydney's last season. But I don't think it is. I think last year was a chink in the armor. They rebuilt. They picked up Carlson. That's going to be, you know what I mean? He's a big-time goal scorer. To go with Malkin and Crosby, that's going to give them one of the best lines in the NHL. And I think everything starts tonight. At home, in the opener, against one of the worst teams in the league. They put on a show and win this one by 2 or more goals.
All right, we got Tony Brown says go here and come in here with the puck line here. Penguins, the puck line, lay the puck and a half, plus 102 here against the Blackhawks. You can get plus 104. Do your line chopping, obviously, get the best numbers. Yeah, this Blackhawks team, boy, man, finished 30 games under 500 on the road last year, 12-29, averaging about 2.2 goals in, give up 3.6. So it was a really bad year last year, especially we've seen these road numbers. It's atrocious.
Yeah, they're bad everywhere. They don't score much, so you can always outscore them. And then a couple times they do put up goals, they can't stop anything. So they're bad all around on offense. They're bad on defense. They don't have some of the best coaches in the league. Like, I mean, you can just tell an organization that's in trouble. But that's the same way Pittsburgh was until they got Crosby. The same way Washington was until they got Ovechkin. Connor Bedard is that type of player. This may be the Blackhawks' last time being the last, laughing stock of the league. I think they're only going to get better from here, especially when they surround them with some people. I just don't think they're ready for the, two-time champs, Pittsburgh and Sidney Crosby, Hall of Fame jacket wearer and all that good stuff. So tonight they're going to get blown out.
I will say this is kind of interesting here, looking here at the overall units return for the Blackhawks. So we're talking about a team that's 30 games under 500. So you probably think, well, this team probably returned 30 minus 30 units. They only lost 2.3 units last year. So when they win at a big, big dog price.
I was just about to say, they only need a couple wins a year to get you some money. They're 500 plus 300. It'd be looking like college football numbers out there, plus 1,600 for Washington. For the Blackhawks sometimes.
So if you
they
could
need
pick
just a couple wins, but they're not a good team to bet on. I mean, if you just go blindly betting on them all season, you still lost a couple units, and that's with them being some of the biggest dogs hockey's ever seen.
Well, for me, I'm just looking at opportunity here. If you can find a bad spot or certain spots in there, I know there's a team that's 30 games under 500 that's probably losing 2/3 of the game. It's kind of like baseball. You find that one spot, man, you're gonna hit big. But that's a key. Can you find it? You find that spot, right? It's tough when you're dealing with rock bottom teams.
And the sad part to say is the spot will probably be against Vegas because we're the defending champs. We're going to have minus the biggest odds ever. And then when we look and see that we're playing the Blackhawks, the guys stay out and play blackjack a little longer. They stay at the casino a little longer. It's not a big deal. And then, boom, they wake up at 9 o'clock in the morning and they got practice and the Blackhawks wipe them out. And then you do the Martinelli thing. You just keep doubling the whole thing, and we lose a 3-game series to Chicago.
Oh, no, that's rough. That's rough there. All right, Tony Brown here on the Penguins. Puck line, they the puck and a half, plus 102 against the Blackhawks. This one starts here at 8 Eastern time. This is game 2 of the ESPN triple header. All right, Tony Brown, let's take a look over at Pick Document for tonight's action. Great start to college football for Tony Brown, but he's been doing great work over the years in the NHL. We got 2 on the board NHL, 3 on the board college football. The nightcap tonight for Major League Baseball. Head into a big week of all sports here. We'll keep the Dodgers out of this discussion for now. What do you have going over at Pick Dogs Premium?
We'll keep the Dodgers out of it. We're only just going to mention the Dodgers. We're also, I think I'm number 1 in football this year too on the site. We're having a great season in everything, so that all sports pass is looking good right now as the NHL dropped the puck today. The NBA is like a week away. The playoffs have already started in the MLB. pro football is down to week 6. Like, it's so many sports, so many games. Even if you don't play other sports, if you just buy a season pass and then get the playoff games, the championship picks, you still spend more than if you bought the whole VIP season pass. It's priced very, very low, so you guys can get in. We don't want your money, we want the bookies' money. So you get in, you buy the VIP season pass. That's good for 365 days of play, and you get every single pick I release from every single sport, playoffs and championships included, and it's very, very low price.
Low price indeed, guys. Get on board with Tony Brown over at Pick Dodge. Great results here in college football. Great results as well in the NFL for Tony Brown. Off to a flying start in the NFL, so good time to get on board here with Tony Brown. As he mentioned, the long-term pass will serve you well. He's got that VIP one-year all-sports plan. When you use that promo code PICK at checkout, you save nearly $200 off that plan. Yeah, over 1,000 units of profit for Tony Brown right now in the NFL. So he's looking good right now. Over 1,000 units of profit NFL. So good time to get on board. Use that promo code PICK at checkout. Save all that money. All right, Tony, it's always great having you show. Get that success. We'll catch up with you again in a couple of days. Just to get your thoughts here on that Raider win last night.
Expected. Not like that. We're not the best team in the world, but we're not the worst. Remember, I told you, like, the best bet of the world was Raiders week 1 as underdogs to the Broncos. We're not that bad, and we're not that bad where we're going to lose at home on a Monday night to Green Bay. So, it was expected for me.
Yeah, but of course we're kind of joking about the Dodgers. I didn't have very high expectations going into this, and I've been saying this before because of the pitching situation. And remember, of their 5 starters, only one's still standing, and that's our
right.
Man. If I would have said, okay, here's your playoff starters for the first 3 games of the series, Kershaw, okay. Kershaw, maybe not the starter, but he's starting okay. Bobby Miller, who's that? He's on OKC. Okay. Lance Lynn, you got to be kidding me. This is what we're looking at.
Right. Now, if we were playing the Braves or the Phillies, that would fit in perfectly. But against Arizona, that shouldn't have really affected us that much. And then, not to mention, say we had great pitching, we were only putting up 2 runs and stuff like that. It's the bats. Where's Mookie Betts? Forget who Bobby Miller is. We know who Mookie Betts is. We know how much we paid Freddie Freeman. We know how much we gave Max Muncy. Where are those guys? That's the more important question.
Yeah, that's right, because you gave up 4 yesterday. If you get to your average is about 5.5 to 6 at Dodger Stadium, you should just play the average. You should win the game. There's no question about that.
Every time. That's what I mean. But it's not over, though. Don't count it out.
No. It's not over. We saw this last year when they faced the Padres, and it was disappointing exit in this round. But I will say this. What we did not see happening here was the rise of this Diamondbacks bullpen, which we saw late in the season when they were playing those meaningful games to get in the playoffs.
We did it. And that's why the game's not played on paper. Like, this series was supposed to be over if you looked at it on paper, but the Diamondbacks came out. The home field advantage obviously didn't mean a thing. The season stats, the series stats, all out the window. It's who came to play ball those first 2 games, and it absolutely was Arizona. But if Arizona can go on the road and win 2 games versus the Dodgers, you shouldn't be shocked if the Dodgers can go win 2 in AZ, and we'll come back to Dodger Stadium for a Game 5.
Yeah, we saw Kelly, and then we saw Gallen, and here we go. It's a huge drop down here to the Ryan Nelsons, to the Fad going to Although Fad has pitched well.
Dodgers run line is the play for the rest of this thing. We're going to take 2 in Arizona by double, and then when we come back for a Game 5 and they lost 2 straight and they blew their opportunity, they're going to be demoralized. We'll put it on them in a Game 5, and Kershaw get his revenge.
There you go. We see a 9.5 total already. No more 8s anymore. as we get away from Gallen and Kelly, that's telling you something now. If we're going to see Fad, Ryan Nelson, and who else. But again, the bullpen has come through for Arizona in the last couple of weeks of the season, and here in the postseason, they were trashed the entire year, and that's what sometimes happens, right? They found goodness at the right time. So that's how it rolls.
Yeah, nothing lasts forever. Just look at how the playoffs have went. The Orioles, the Rays, the Dodgers, the top teams, the Braves, the 100-win teams. They were like 1-8 to start they start these series. Like, the underdogs have been barking, but all good things come to an end. No one can win forever. No one can lose forever. And I think the shoe is coming off the Cinderella Arizona Diamondbacks.
All right, there you go, Tony Brown. Now to believe in the D-backs, it comes off. It comes off. All right, Tony Brown. They got through Milwaukee, but Milwaukee really hasn't been much in the postseason anyway. All right, Ron. Tony, have a great night. We'll catch up with you again in a couple days.
All right, appreciate you guys having me. I'll see you on Thursday.
You got it. Tony Brown here on The Drive, too. Let's continue on here on the show. Up next, Again, Kosty, Mike Safir, catch him over at Pick Dog Stream. Catch his videos, his video series for the Sharp Trading. We'll bring him in right now, ready to roll from Baltimore. Kosty, Mike, what's happening?
What's going on, man? I keep seeing this this bug that's bothering you. I don't know.
Yeah, well, we start talking about trash, and you know what? Flies start flying around me. So that's why we got to stop talking about these bad teams and losing teams. Too much losing, too much negative here on the show.
Too much negative.
Too much negative. Well, it's happened. You got Dodger fans up here, got a Baltimore fan up here now, so you know it's been kind of rough.
It's been a rough weekend over here in Baltimore. I mean, between the Terps, the Ravens, and 2 Baltimore losses with all that hype coming in, it's been tough. But you know what? We still have another shot. Tonight is the night. You have to. It's the season. This is it, and you're getting a dog price. I've been saying this, and I came on the show last week, and anytime, or actually it was the show on Thursday, anytime you could get a dog price in baseball on the Orioles all year, you take it blindly. Obviously, we have Creamer on the mound, who's been a good pitcher in the second half of the season, and I thought Grayson Rodriguez would show up. He didn't. I thought Bradish would show up. He didn't. I know they have Evaldi on the mound, and their bats are hot, but I think this is the one that they're going to get. I don't know if they're going to be able to swing the series, but this is it for them. So getting them on a dog price of getting plus 125 is definitely a solid selection, knowing that you can't lose the VIG on a big price favorite.
That's right. You cannot do that. We got Kosty, Mike Safir here looking at Orioles, the plus price, the plus 125 here against the Rangers. And of course, the starter here today for Dean Kramer, he has just been money here. Although when you look at some of the numbers, they say, well, he's getting a lot of run support, and that's really what Baltimore needs is get those bats going here. Kramer's allowed 1 earned runner fewer in 2 of his past 3 starts. Now, Evaldi is also a hot pitcher, but he had 1 really good start, but really had trouble when he came back from that injury. 18 earned runs in his last 23 and a third. But man, behind Kramer this year, it's just 15-2 against winning teams. That's a plus 15.5 unit return. Orioles on the road, plus 32.5 unit return. You've just played the Orioles on the road this year.
Yeah, and they're a better team on the road. They have been all year. It's unfortunate. We have all these young studs like Rauchman, who was, possibly one of the best young players in the league. And then you have Gunnar Henderson and Mountcastle and all these guys that have just been producing all year, and they just can't get the runners with scoring position in the playoffs. So hopefully tonight will be a good game for them, and they're actually, get back into the sync of scoring a lot of runs, because last game was just torturous. I mean, when you go down 9-2 or 9-1, I mean, it's very hard to claw back, and it's very demoralizing, especially you're already a game down in the series. So this is it for the Orioles. They have to show up or they're going home. So I love the dog price in this one, like I do in every other Oriole game. It's almost an auto bet coming from all my groups that when you get a dog price on them this year, they're automatically playing them.
They've been money. They've been money as dogs, no doubt about that here, as well as on the road. Usually on the road, they're going to be dogs. They haven't gotten the respect that you see from some of the other teams in the AL East, like those Yanks, those Red Sox. So the Red Sox lost a lot of respect post All-Star break here. Orioles here plus 125 against the Rangers. This one starts 8 Eastern time. All right, Kosty, Mike. Of course, we've talked about the Sharp Trading. Of course, they can get a hold of you with the Dime Club members. I want to let everybody know about what happened with Sharp Trading Plays.
So with Sharp Trading Plays or the Dime Club, my partner Eric Pathy deals with a lot of the groups that release games literally at game time. So it's the day of. So you're getting the Dime Club selections where they're literally put on Telegram in real time. Once the groups move on a specific price, you're getting them directly with obviously coaching and money management. Sharp Trading is a little bit more unique. You get a lot of the games midweek for the weekend. We've already released 4 NFL games for the weekend. We actually released them before the Monday night game. So if you're a client of Sharp Trading, you're not worried about the standalone island game last night, which we passed on. You're putting in those sharp lines on games that have already moved as of today while we're doing the live show for the weekend. So if you go on pickdogs.com, click the premium picks tab, go to the Sharp Trading Plays drop down. You'll see my information on there, 775-636-7674. The Dime Club is 7676. Either way, Eric or myself are the only ones that answer the text, you get nobody else but us. I'll give you a free consultation, and it may not be for you because we only take on clients with big bankrolls. Unfortunately, our prices are not cheap. So if you're somebody that's just limited or just starting out, definitely pick one of the amazing handicappers on Pick Dogs and buy their daily, monthly or even seasonally to build your account up. But if you're a guy that could risk 500 a game, 1,000 a game, that wants to really treat your betting as a business, definitely give us a shout. It's a great opportunity, especially with NBA starting in less than 2 weeks.
That's right. Sharp trading plays, call or text Kosty Mike. Mike's the one who picks up the phone, 775-636-7674. A lot of folks in this world today like to send out those texts. A lot of folks don't like to transact over the phone, but they get a phone call from you. What's usually the return time, the get back to you time?
Well, I usually, if I miss the call, it automatically alerts me with the person's number. So I usually get back to people 7 days a week within a couple hour period. Obviously, it's pretty hectic on the weekends while we're trading in real time, because we do not just pregame, but we do in-game. When I mean in-game, just not live, but second half betting. So during the weekends, it's usually a little bit more of a delay, but during the week, always available, always willing to talk and explain if this is for you. And like Mitch says, it's not for everyone. This is for somebody that's really the 1%ers that have a big bankroll, that want to learn how to trade sports, not bet on them. And this is an opportunity for you to follow pros without really having to be a pro.
That's right. Pretty much specialists, and that's you're specializing in trading, sharp trading plays. Give Mike a call or a text, 775-636-7674. Get on board. If you got a big bankroll and need help, Mike Safir is the guy to call. Kosty Mike. So get in touch with him right away. All right. Mike, is always, Kosty Mike, is always great having you on the show. Continue that great success, and we'll catch up with you again next week.
Thank you so much.
You got it. Kosty Mike Safir here on the drive-thru. Let's continue on here on the show. Up next, we're going to bring in Wayne Scott. Catch him over at Pick Dodge Prim. A little bit of NBA preseason. I know you guys like the NBA preseason because many of you make comments about it in the chat, and it's getting more and more popular now as we start to see some of the prospects, some of the draft picks in action. We saw the player from San Antonio last night. We're ready to roll here with Wayne. Wayne, what's happening?
What's going on, Tony T? What's going on, Pick Dog family? As you mentioned, great action yesterday between Chet Holmgren and my guy Wembanyama yesterday. Good games all together with all three games. I did catch all three of them. So, like you said, these young talent is they're going at these guys pretty early this season. It's always a pleasure to see, man.
Yep, a lot of televised games here from this NBA preseason. People can't get enough of it. We are seeing some international teams against NBA teams, although this is not one of them here, as we're going to be looking. And we just got a line move on this one between the Magic and the Pelicans here. The Pelicans have now moved to 5.5. This has been a late mover here, within the few minutes here as this game begins in an hour and a half here. Pelicans 5.5 total. It sits at 225.5.
Give me them. Give me all the points I can get. I mean, I understand. Pelicans are at home. Big news. Zion is back. Big Z will be on the court. But limited minutes, man. The coaches already said these guys will play reduced minutes. Nothing more than 20 minutes, so we won't see them out there long. And the camaraderie, guys, these guys have not played together a long time recently. My guys, Ingram, coming off this USA Summer team, he just did not look good. He actually lost his starting spot. And I like the Pelicans. I'm going to start off with that. I do feel like I like the roster. I feel like they're going to be a good team. But I just feel like it's too early. These guys battled a lot of injuries last year and haven't really played together. In their bench, Hawkins, I'm a believer in Hawkins, shooter. Big fan of Liddell out of Ohio State. But these are younger guys coming off this bench, and against this Orlando Magic team, I just believe they're more ready right now to win a game like tonight. More on the line. I know Orlando's emphasizing as they want to be one of the best defensive teams. I believe they come out and show it here. I believe they younger players with some fire under them, and I like our bench a lot better than I like the Pelicans bench, which will be the determining factor in this game. Yeah, we can look at the starters And I give Pelicans a slight edge in that area, but not by much. But this bench with Cole Anthony, veterans like Gary Harris and Joe Ingles and Jonathan Isaacs expected to play big minutes coming off, and our draft pick Anthony Black and Jet Howard. Mo Wagner coming off the bench. These guys are not only 3-point shooters, defenders, but they play well together and have some experience playing well together. So you give me this Magic team on the road with 5.5. I got to take it, man. They can keep eating the Pelicans off. They will take all them points I can get before that game starts.
All right, we got Wayne here. Magic here +5, +5.5. We've seen some late money come on the Pelicans in this one. Of course, limited minutes for Zion. Of course, it is a preseason game, so you got to wonder what's going to be between the ears. That's always the case with Zion. Is between the ears. What's going on there with him? But yeah, interesting with the Magic. Yeah, this is the team that always had a laundry list of injuries every day on the injury. Even last year, there were 4 guys on the injury report when we started the season. But we always joked about this team. If they can get everybody healthy, because they stockpiled so many picks, that this team was going to be something to reckon with, because they have so much depth on that roster that when you go to, when you bring in the reserves, when you sit the starters, there's some talent there on the court.
Definitely, tons of it. And as Tony mentioned, man, this is the first time that they do come in the season healthy. You can hear from the fans, you can hear from the coaches. Everybody is excited to see this team healthy. Understand all the talent that is there. Markelle Fultz, enough is not being talked about how he played the second half of the season. Top 10 in steals, but not only defensively, this guy can get to the rim against anybody. Yeah, he still has a little glitch in his shot, but he's actually worked on that. And then you got another defender with him and Suggs. Franz and Paolo alternate from the shooting guard to the power 4, 6, 10 guys that can handle the rock. So it's definitely an exciting team. And then, like Tony mentioned, this bench is full with first-round draft picks as well, too.
Yeah.
So loaded team, no injuries, fresh squad. I really think they can win this one money line tonight, but it's so early. No need to stretch it. Just take the points, and I believe the Magic keep it close, if not win this one outright.
Yeah, a really sharp play from Wayne. Leaving a sharp in the chat room. A lot of the folks like this Magic team. Remember last year with their covers, they get everybody back healthy. It's a totally different outlook with this team. Young, youth, experience. Get healthy. It's a big card here from the NBA tonight, Wayne. Here with some of the teams we're seeing the Jazz and Clippers on a neutral tonight. The Clips laying 3.5. Denver and the Suns Nuggets here favored on the road 3.5. We see the Bucks and Grizzlies going head-to-head, Pacers, Rockets, Hornets, Heat, and of course the Cavs and Hawks going head-to-head. So a pretty good card tonight on NBA preseason.
Yes, sir. I gave out a lean on my Twitter for the few that follow me on Twitter. I am on Twitter at Right Side Wayne. I gave out a lean on all those games. If Tony wants to ask me on one by one, I can give them out on here, or if the guys got to have them. All right, let's go.
Let's do it. Cavs and Hawks. We're seeing the Cavs here laying 2 here with a total of 230.5.
The money is coming on the Hawks, and I can't really see why, man. I like the Cavs, unless there's the information on the Cavs starters not playing. If the Cavs are playing everybody, I like the Cavs. I like some of the guys that they brought into their bench, and that was one of their weak points for me last year, why I didn't really want to back the Cavs when they're not at home. I just did not like the guys that are coming off their bench, LeVert, but they got a couple guys that are coming off that bench, and Atlanta, there's still too many uncertainties to me, and I didn't like some of the moves that they did. So, off first glance, I have to take the Cavs in that one.
All right, we go Hornets and Heat. NBA TV to televise here. The Heat laying 2.5 with a total of 221.5.
Not a popular pick, but I'm on the Hornets on this one, man. I like what they Brandon Miller. I like if LaMelo's in there, Scary Terry. I like Mark Williams. This is a sneaky starting lineup for me. The bench isn't that well, but a sneaky starting lineup. And Heat is always a tough team at home, but we got a short line, and sometimes you got to read between those lines. This game seems like it should be 6-7. We're at 4 4 now. Now, if that's correct, we're even at 2. And with this line being that tight, man, somebody knows something. I'm gonna ride with the Hornets in this one. Nice young team. They got a lot to play for. A lot of guys want to make this squad right here. So give me the Hornets in this one.
Yeah, Hornets there, NBA TV here. Bucks and Grizzlies going ahead. Grizzlies are laying 3.5, total 224.5.
Yeah, man, that's one I was going back and forth with a lot, but come down to it, I'm gonna lay it with the Grizzlies, man. I just like the young talent, big body Roddy. Lofton's been getting minutes. I like the way Derrick Rose came in and led this team. Jackson's been playing great in that first game defensively. Bucks, they still looking like they're sitting a lot of players. I think they might start their big day, but I don't think they play long, and I just like the depth of what the Grizzlies have. So give me the Grizzlies here on the money line, and if you can get that 3, get the 3. But at 3.5, I'll just go ahead and stay away from it.
All right, Pacers and Rockets going head-to-head here. Pacers favored here on the road, 1.5 with a total here of 228.5.
Probably the hardest game on the board for me, but I'm leaning Rockets, man. I'm feeling a lot of dogs in this one. I like the way the Pacers came out in their first one, but this Rockets team has a ton of talent from the guard to Sengun, Tari, my guy from Villanueva. I just love what these guys are building, and they are all high energy guys. So if they can play some defense, I definitely feel like they got the stronger offensive team off gate. I like what the Pacers are doing. I like Turner's coming back playing well. But I just think Rockets can run with these guys and get the win late in this one.
All right, the next one up we have here will be the Magic and Pelicans, which we covered already, and then we move over to the Nuggets and Suns. TNT will televise, so we get TNT action already here with the Nuggets favorite 3.5 and the total 223.5.
Yeah, man, and I'm gonna ride against the champs, man. I just love the way the Suns came out in that first quarter the other day, but not first quarter, the whole game. I like the way they battled back. They got up early, kind of let the lead get sucked away when the twos came, but the twos continued to battle and got the win. This is a tough one, but I'm gonna definitely go with the Suns at the underdog price here.
All right, we got the Suns there, underdog price from Wayne here, so we'll continue on here on this rundown as we have a lot of action tonight here from the NBA. Pretty big card here in the NBA, and of course you guys want to make sure that you cover us. We cover the NBA a lot here on the show because we're a Monday through Friday show, and there's always a lot of NBA on one of our show rolls. We'll get back to some of these other games, but Jazz and Clippers, we see the Clippers laying 3.5 here, total 219.5.
I'm rolling back with the Jazz in this one. I had the Jazz in the first meeting. They barely squeaked by and got it out, and I like them again here, man. I gave out the Jazz over the win total earlier and about a week ago, and I like this team, man, and they proven me right, man. Keontae came in balling off the bench, hitting threes, leading his team off the bench. Ochai, a guy I've been talking about, rookie last year, who's coming in his second season, looked very good coming off the bench. This is a traditional team. Like, I know a lot of these teams are trying to go to where the 5 can play all or the 4 can play all the positions, but they got traditional guys and traditional lineups, traditional bigs that can hit the 3 and play big. I just love a team that bounce first and plays defense like the Jazz with shooters. So give me the Jazz in this one, man.
All right, we started the day with international action. Real Madrid gets the win 127-123 against the Mavericks. That started us off. Anything with some of these international games? We see Taipans and Wizards, and of course we see New Zealand and Portland tonight.
Not much on them. I do know about the New Zealand Breakers a little bit, but not enough. I would think that Portland will go in there and get this win, man. They got a lot of hype around their guards. Anthony Simmons, they got a lot of guys battling for positions too. Shaden Sharp. And I'm curious to see what Aiden does on this team. And they got a lot of pieces. So Scoop should go off, and that just 20 is just a lot. And you've seen these teams that have came over and they don't lay down, so they come to play and they come to They come to battle, so that's just laying too much points for me. So it's definitely a stay away. But if I had to lean, I'll probably lean Breakers.
Breakers there. There you go from Wayne with his NBA down on the show as we're in the preseason, and of course we're getting ready for regular season in just a couple weeks. And of course on record tonight from Wayne, he's got the Magic here. Going to go ahead and lay the 5.5 if you do your shopping. You guys can do your shopping, get the best numbers as they go off here at 8 Eastern time. All right, Wayne, let's take a look over at pick.com for tonight's action. Of course, on the board tonight we have a baseball game, as well as we have 3 from college football. We have still 2 left on the ice. What do you have going over at Pick Dodge Premium?
Yes, sir. Nothing for me on the ice yet. Definitely like to wait about a week or two. I'm a totals and underdog guy in NHL, so I just gotta wait till I can read everything. And as far as my best bet tonight, it will be in college football. I absolutely love that play. At 2 plays in the MLB. One's going on right now in Houston, and my second one is for sale tonight. So you can get my best bet in college football, my best bet in MLB. But always looking to get me long term, man. 3 days, 7 days, 30 days. That's the way to get all these picks as soon as they're released and right on time, man. So you don't got to wait for them. I have plenty plays already for college and NFL this week. So check me out long term, or you can check me out my best bets for the night.
That's right, guys. Got aboard here with Wayne Scott over at Pick.com. Great results in baseball. 1,339 units of profit. Good time to get on board with Wayne with one of those long-term passes. Try them out for 7 days. All this baseball, hockey, NFL, college football, all these sports are overlapping. Great time to get on board. Get that 1-month pass. Include over 2 weeks of NBA regular season with a 1-month pass. In addition to all those, and cover the remainder of the baseball playoffs. All right, Wayne, as always, great having your show. To that success, we'll catch up with you again tomorrow.
I appreciate you for having me, Tony T. Appreciate y'all, Pick Dog family. Good luck on our best tonight. Let's get it.
There you go as well. Wayne Scott here on the drive-thru. Let's continue on here on the drive-thru. Up next, we're going to bring in Rod Zawacky. Catch him over at Pick.com. We'll bring in Rod right now. NHL coverage tonight. We'll get you some coverage of the late night game as they drop the puck in Las Vegas. Raise a banner day there in Titletown, Vegas. We'll bring him in right now. Ready to roll here with Rod Zawacky. Rod, what's happening?
Not too much. Just enjoying some of this day baseball as we had the Houston Astros yesterday on the drive-thru. So
yes,
looking like really good, and hopefully they can finish her off and get the nice win for us there. And enjoying this crazy low-scoring hockey game, which is what I figured. I said both goalies were going to stand on their head. 2 solid goalies. The under is definitely looking real good for us there as well.
Yeah, we do see a Penguin on the ice here. We'll see what's going on here. Looks like one of their sharpshooters here, number 8 there. Who's that for Pittsburgh?
Nashville?
Yeah, 8. And we'll see. He's getting up right now. He's on his feet here, but it might have. We'll see what it is. I don't want to speculate on it. But anyway, one of their men leaving the ice right now. But anyway, we go here to the NHL tonight in Las Vegas, Nevada. This one hits ESPN as we have. He was hit by the puck right in a bad area. That's what happened there. It was hitting the puck right.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, oh, no. Walk it off. Don't worry.
Oh,
just
right off the helmet.
Off
the helmet. Oh, my God. It went right off his helmet. Glass. It was glass. Right. It went right off his helmet. Wow. He's walking off the ice right now under his own power. Probably will take some precautionary measures there, but that was a slap shot from the point. Boom, right off his. And he was near the zone there, and boom, right off the helmet. That was brutal. But anyway, Golden Knights here. They raise a banner in Las Vegas. We see them big favorites here against the Seattle Kraken. This is the team you don't want to invite to a party. I'll tell you that. We see the Golden Knights big favorites, total of 6.
Yeah, the Golden Knights are big favorites. But for good reason. They're the defending Stanley Cup champs. But it's one of those banner raising nights, as we said. They're going to raise the banner, and we're going to have all the celebrations and the festivities, and a 30-minute delay at the start of this game. It says 10:30 p.m. Eastern time. It's probably be more like 1:45, maybe 10 to 11 by the time they get everything rolling with this game. And the Seattle Kraken, of course, they're going to be the disgruntled team that has to sit there and watch this whole entourage go on, and then so they're going to jump out. Honestly, I think the Kraken come out and win the first period. But the play that I really love in this one, I'm going to take the over 6. It's sat at 6 since it opened, and I was expecting to see a 6.5, but surprisingly, no 6.5 in this one, because I figured that the recency bias, people have seen both meetings last season went under the number, but in those games, White Cloud played for the Vegas Golden Knights, and so did Martinez on defense. Those two guys aren't playing in this game tonight for the Golden Knights, and that's two key guys on defense. Yeah, I would say one in their top 4 defensemen are those two guys, and those guys back there not on D. It's gonna be a long night for Aiden Hill as he's gonna get peppered. And Burakovsky is back with the Kraken. And remember what he did last season when he started in the first 49 games before he got hurt. He scored 13 goals, 26 assists, was the top goal scorer for the Kraken, and guess what? He's healthy, and he will be basically anchoring the that first power play. So you'll see lots of Burakovsky. I would even take Burakovsky to get an anytime goal in this one as well. But the over 6, Grubauer for the Kraken in goal. I think he's a little shaky. Aiden Hill, after the run he had in the playoffs, sure, he could come here and stand on his head again, but I think he's shaky and good for 2 or 3 goals as well. Both goalies good for 2 or 3 goals, and that puts us at 3-3, and that gets us over the total. Who wins this? I lean to the Kraken, but I like the over as the play here. Take the over 6. I think we get 7-8 goals in this one tonight.
All right, Rod says go over the 6 here with the Kraken and the Golden Knights here as they raise the banner there in Las Vegas. Of course, we saw Seattle with that, a pretty good season last year for this Kraken team or Kraken organization. I mean, they finished 10 games over 500, but was really impressive going 11 games over 500 on the road, plus 19 unit returns here for the Kraken.
They played their best hockey on the road last season, and I remember they know how to score goals as well. They had 10 players that scored in double-digit goals as well, so they definitely know how to light the lamp for us and help us get up and over this total. Could be a long night for Aiden Hill without those defensemen as well, so definitely like the Kraken and the over in this one.
Yeah, last year heading into the regular season, a lot of question marks for this Golden Knights team. People in Vegas were a little nervous about this team because there was a lot of question marks about their goaltending, a little slower start, but man, they got it together at the end.
They did, right? And they had so many goalie issues throughout the season. The next man up, and Aiden Hill just came out and he shined down the stretch for this Vegas Golden Knight team, and he earned the job. Definitely earned the job to mind the net, and that's why he gets to start here tonight. Definitely great job by this Golden Knights team. See, you don't have to be have all the superstars to win the Stanley Cup. You just need to get a good team that gets together, buys it in the system, and gives it all.
Yeah.
Look what happens. Sometimes the hot goalie always helps to the equation as well in the NHL.
Yeah.
A few hot goalies, I think, this season.
Sometimes having the best 3 and 4, the best line 3, line 4 goes a long way.
Does, right? And then sometimes having Jack Eichel there on your power play ripping the puck in the net also helps.
Yeah, that helps a lot. And also we've seen...
that helps a lot.
Yeah, and we've seen some deterioration here in the West. Coyote, Ducks, and the Sharks, right? These are some Kings trying to get it back together now. There's been some deterioration out west for a while. Vancouver.
There has been some deterioration. Watch out for this Coyotes team, though. They are a young team. They don't have a place to play. They've got some young guys that they're going to surprise teams. You got to remember last season, the Coyotes at home were the biggest money makers. They were always dogs, and you make good money betting the Coyotes at home in their little small confines of that arena. They felt comfy and love it there. If you look at the numbers, I believe that the Coyotes last season at home made you big bucks.
Yeah, absolutely. They'll make some big bucks there with Coyotes. That funky hometown there here from Rod. All right, Rod.
Your Kings scare me a little bit with Talbot in that.
Yeah,
I really hope they're not having him as number one. I was hoping that it's looking like they're going to kick off the season with Talbot. So.
Yeah, that's a little scary. All right, guys, I'm going to give you my pick here to start top of the hour. I'm going to get Louisiana Tech here, +3 against MTSU. If you watched MTSU last year, you could not be impressed with this team. That quarterback situation is brutal. So we'll go Louisiana Tech here, +3 against MTSU, Rod.
I agree. I kind of like that play as well. I can't disagree with that play as well.
Yeah, I was.
That defense was kind of shaky, and I like the pass defense on who hasn't
La Tech.
La Tech. I think they got a good pass defense. It's gonna be a tough night for Middle Tennessee, I think.
Yeah, they got 45 points last week to Jacksonville State. That was not a good showing. The Gamecocks ran all over.
They're running.
Yeah, ran it.
Running, and Middle Tennessee likes to throw the ball, so I think they're in for a tough night.
Yeah, that definitely looks that, Bulldogs have defended the pass well, allowing 50% completion rate, 6 yards per pass attempt. Vattiato, I just don't trust the dude. A lot of mistakes.
Yeah.
Just prefer the quarterback situation here. It always seems as Middle Tennessee State has trouble with the quarterbacks.
Always, right? With the QBs is always a question mark here in Middle Tennessee. So.
I know Mitch was going off a few over there, right? There was a few that he'd go off on. Against Conference USA this year, Middle Tennessee State has given up 38 points a game. We'll take the La Tech here plus the 3 against MTSU. All right, that'll get you the top of the hour pick there. All right, Rod, we got some openers here from CFL as we go into the peripherals. BC going to be laying 4.5 on the road to Hamilton, total 49.
And in that one, I would go to Hamilton in that one. This BC, it's a nothing game. Hamilton, nothing game. BC, they lost last week to Winnipeg, and Winnipeg clinched the West Division with that win. So they're pretty much locked into second. Really got a lot to play for. They get the home playoff game the following week. So I would go with Hamilton. Take a shot with Hamilton. You probably get the. I would go with money line. I think Hamilton, the little upset with their season. BC just trying to not get injured.
Guys, just trying to stay healthy here as we're getting close to the playoff time here in CFL. Saskatchewan, Calgary, 348.5 the total.
Yeah, this one, there's the same thing. There's one team trying to stay healthy, one team pretty much a write-off. Saskatchewan is not going to make playoffs this season. They struggled. But do they like to come into Calgary and beat them up? Sure. I like Saskatchewan here in this one. They haven't played so well at home this season. That was their heel. Calgary, same thing. They haven't played at home in the last few seasons. So go Saskatchewan in that one.
All right.
Both dogs in this week.
All right, here we go. Montreal, Edmonton. We see Montreal point and a half, total 48.
And look at Montreal. They've just been playing beast, and they always come into Edmonton, and this is the one thing they love to do. They come to Edmonton and they beat Edmonton. I know the Elks have played well and they've been scoring some points, but now you got the Elks as a +1. They're begging you to take the Elks in this one. They're trying to give you points. They're like, come on, don't you want a couple points with the Elks? No, I don't. I'll take Montreal. I'm going to even lay a 2-3. I think Montreal wins by 7+.
No line here. Ottawa at Toronto. No line yet.
I would put Toronto. Even the bookmaker goes, what do we put this at? Ottawa was awful. I think they scored 3 points last week, and that was against that Hamilton team that I said. Ottawa's definitely checked out of the season. The bookmaker doesn't even know what to put it at. Toronto. The reason is Toronto's probably not going to play a whole lot of their starters. They get the first round bye into the East, so they'll be in the East final, waiting for the battle of the second and third. So who are they going to play? Second stringers. Definitely not going to be a whole lot into this game. So depending what the line is, I might want to take it with Ottawa. If they put if this is north of double digits, I'm going to take Ottawa.
There you go from Rod. It goes with peripherals. Rod, before we get to the promo here, any props from tonight's hockey?
Yeah, I like as I said, Burakovsky to get an anytime goal, and I like Eichel to get an anytime goal for the Knights. A couple goal scorers there. I think they both can rip it up and get some goals. Because we're going to over, so we're definitely going to see some goals from both sides. So I like Eichel and Burakovsky to get a goal.
Nashville's knotted up 1-1 here. Nashville and Tampa Bay as we're in the closing seconds here of the second period on opening night in the NHL. All right, Rod on record here with his pick. This was my pick. In case you missed it, we're going to start here, but we're going back here with Rod here. Kraken and Golden Knights over 6 to start 10:30 Eastern Time, ESPN. All right, Rod, let's take a look over at Pick Dodge. Whoop, back on my screen here. Let's bring Rod up right now here. Oh, that's Kosty. Let's see. Let's find Rod. Where did we lose Rod? Here's Rod. Hey, Rod. Here you go. Here we go. 1,237 units of profit last 30 days. Rod's been on absolute fire. We got baseball. We got football, college football. We got MLB on the board into a big week. What do you have going over at Pick Dodge Premium?
And over at Pick Dodge Premium, I just had a play go off my 10-star play of the day. So I have one play left. I have my NHL sniper play of the day. You can scoop that up. $25 over at Pick Dodge Premium. My lone solo play in the NHL that I got going tonight. Head on over, scoop it up. Or now's the time, grab something long term. I got a baseball play in there as well, so definitely head on over, scoop it up. No, I have they had a college football game, so I have another college football play in there. So I have 2 plays left, one for long term, one NHL sniper. But grab it long term. You see how we've been rolling along in the last 30 days. Football's been really kind to us. Now we got the start of the NHL. My best deal is grab that 90-day pass there. Use that promo code PICK at checkout. Save 15% off, and you'll get everything I got going from now right into 2024. So jump aboard. Best 90-day package going.
Jump aboard. Ranger College football into the playoffs there with that 90-day pass. Also, they get you the entire NFL regular season. And, of course, you get you a lot of NBA and NHL as well with that. And the Ranger of baseball playoffs with that 90-day pass.
Baseball playoffs.
Yeah.
Great deal going
playoffs
over there. Got that 90-day pass. Best deal I got going over there at Pick Dogs for a long time.
Get on board with Rod Zawacky over at Pick Dogs Premium. Pick is your promo code. All right, Rod, as always, great having you on the show. Have yourself a great evening, and we'll catch up with you again tomorrow.
Definitely have yourself a good one. Hey, don't forget to check out them hockey videos.
That's right.
We drop shortly for tomorrow's action. They're shot and ready to go, so definitely check out all them hockey videos. Even check out Ruffalo's wraparound. I think he did a good job. See, Puck Dogs aren't fighting as much this year, but you can still get both of our plays. So definitely go check out that content. Maybe you're in Ruffalo drop, giving you the NHL action.
NHL, that's right. You got Rod has creative control over everything, his own series, so check him out there. And, of course, subscribe, so when these videos drop, you get them right away. All right, Rod, have a great evening. We'll catch up with you again tomorrow.
You as well, Tony. Good luck with your bets, and we'll definitely catch you tomorrow for Wednesday update.
Yep, Wednesday hump day, right on the board there as well. 4 baseball games scheduled for tomorrow, so we'll see how. Well, maybe 3. We have a closeout game tonight. Maybe 3. Maybe 3. Rod says maybe 3. Maybe 3. Maybe tip in a hand there. You got it. All right, Rod, have a great night. Rod Zawacky here on the drive-through. All right, let's continue on, guys. Let's get to the recap. You got my pick. I got it to you just in time. I forgot about that top of the hour. There hasn't been too many top of the hour starts, so we've been kind of going long on these shows because. There hasn't been that 7 o'clock Eastern. Oh, wait a minute. What time does my pick start? Yes, it does start. So we do have a 7 Eastern start, but we got the game in. As you saw, I was on La Tech plus the 3 against Middle Tennessee State. Alex took App State, laying the 5 against Coastal Carolina. Tony Brown, Penguins, puck line, laid the puck and a half, plus 102 against the Blackhawks. Safir will take the Orioles as a underdog here. They've been money on the road this year, plus 125 against the Rangers. Wayne says Magic plus 5. You can actually get a plus 5.5 now against Pelicans. Rod on Kraken Golden Knights over 6. As you said, I took Louisiana Tech plus the 3 against MTSU. And the one I like the most here, I will say Orioles. You get plus money on Orioles. They've been money. I told you how much profit they returned in that underdog roll. All right, that's going to do it for this edition here of the Drive-Thru, guys. Make sure you guys tune in again tomorrow live here at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. We'll do it all over again. We'll bring in our cappers from Pick Dogs and Sports Chat Plays. They'll go with their plays in real time. Remember to always get started with that morning show here during the week, 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time with Mitch, with Chris, with Jay. Of course, lots of content on the channel. Mitch's 7 picks in 5 minutes, his betting tool show, roundtable discussion with the professionals. Rod now with his NHL video series up on the board, wraparound from Chris. Ron Romanelli, Rundown Baseball, Rundowns, the College Football J, NFL Live Show, NFL Rundown as well. Nerfies, Yerfies here from Nick Menken. Mike Davis Live Show, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Also, his first 5 is up there. We also have, we've got our man, Brad Francis, right, with his parlay video of the day. Mills with his rundown, UFC, and as well as his prompt videos. There's lots of content on the channel, guys. Make sure you like, subscribe, set those notifications. All right, that's going to do it here on the show. I'd like to thank everybody in the chat today. Daryl Turner in there, Marlo Sokul. We also had John Stewart in there, Ramon in there as well. Going here with Raven Ron, Nate in there, Nate the Great, Todd B in there, Dennis Sorrow, shout out there as well. Lando 86, shout out as always. Mayor of Baltimore, who is winning hockey tonight. I hope you got those plays here tonight here. Tony Brown as well as Rod Zawacky here and there. And of course, Nicholas Handy does miss hockey. Well, can't miss it anymore. You got a triple header tonight and a lot of NBA preseason on the board. NBA TV has one coming up here, top of the hour. So there's lots of alternate viewing. You don't just have to watch football. You don't have to watch baseball. Hockey, 3 hockey games tonight. NBA TV has as well NBA for you tonight, as there's 10 games on the board preseason. Get a look at these teams. Get a look at the chemistry. Take a look at these prospects. Maybe you can find a team that you can ride to start the season. All right, that's going to do it. Let's bring in our crew from tonight. Anyway, goodbye to you guys. You guys have a great afternoon and evening, and we'll catch